Detroit Lions fans are experiencing an increasing sense of anticipation in recent weeks, as rumors and speculations about possible team moves for the upcoming season continue to circulate. One of the most talked about topics is the possibility of a bold move that could dramatically change the course of the team's defense, potentially making it one of the most feared in the NFL. We're talking about the possibility of the Lions acquiring one of the most dominant pass rushers in the league, Myles Garrett, the star of the Cleveland Browns. But is this a reality or just another market rumor that will soon fade away? To understand what's really going on, we need to break down the facts, explore the possibilities, and assess the potential impact of such a move. In recent days, speculation surrounding Garrett's future has intensified, especially after a statement from former GM Mike Tannenbaum on the Get Up show, where he mentioned that the Lions are interested in acquiring the player. Garrett is widely considered one of the most impactful defenders in the NFL, and move to bring him to Detroit wouldn't just be a massive addition to their defense, but a bold statement about the team's intentions to compete at the highest level. But the question that immediately follows is, does this actually make sense for the franchise? Cleveland has made it clear that they have no intention of parting with Garrett, which would make any potential trade incredibly difficult. However, in the NFL, things can change quickly, and if the Browns reconsider their stance and decide to explore a trade, the Lions could emerge as one of the leading contenders to land the defender. The impact Garrett would have in Detroit would be immediate and significant. To put it into perspective, Garrett is known for his ability to pressure the quarterback and force turnovers, two key skills in a league increasingly dominated by the passing game. If this trade were to happen, Garrett would join Aidan Hutchinson, one of Detroit's most promising defenders, and Zadarius Smith, forming a pass-rushing trio that could dominate the offensive line of any NFL team. In a league where quarterback pressure can make the difference between victory and defeat, a powerful defensive line like that would certainly place the Lions among the teams with the most feared defenses in the league. And it's not just about quantity, it's also about quality. Garrett, Hutchinson, and Smith together would form a unit capable of making opposing quarterbacks think twice before releasing the ball, a game-changing factor that could elevate Detroit's defense to new heights. Bill Barnwell, an ESPN journalist, recently listed the Lions as one of the most likely destinations for Garrett, pointing out that the team has one of the largest amounts of cap space available for this offseason, with over $56 million in available funds. This gives Detroit the financial power to pull off this move, should they decide to go all in on acquiring the Browns' pass rusher. Barnwell also noted that Hutchinson's recent injury raised concerns about the depth of the Lions' defensive line, making Garrett's addition even more crucial. After all, an injury to such an important player can expose weaknesses in the defense, and having a player of Garrett's caliber alongside Hutchinson would help minimize any risks related to the young defender's health. Another important factor is the impact Garrett would have on the Lions' secondary. A more effective and powerful defensive line would provide less time for opposing quarterbacks to throw, thereby reducing the pressure on the team's cornerbacks and safeties. With less time to read the defense and find receivers, the Lions' secondary would have a better chance of intercepting passes or at least disrupting explosive plays. This would create a ripple effect, making the entire defense more solid and reliable, allowing the Lions to become one of the most well-rounded and dangerous defenses in the league. However, as expected, acquiring a player of Garrett's caliber wouldn't come cheap. The franchise would likely have to part with valuable assets, such as key draft picks or important roster players, to make this trade possible. This presents a difficult decision for the Lions front office, which would have to determine whether making a big investment in a player like Garrett is the right strategy for achieving immediate success, or if a more gradual approach to building the team would be more effective in the long run. Bold moves can be the key to elevating Detroit to contender status, but at the same time, any misstep in the process could delay the team's progress. To put this into perspective, we can look at other examples of big moves in the NFL that paid off quickly. The Los Angeles Rams, for instance, made aggressive acquisitions by bringing in Jalen Ramsey and Von Miller to strengthen their defense, and these moves played key roles in the team's victory in Super Bowl 56. Well-executed bold moves can make all the difference, and the Lions may be in the ideal position to make something similar happen, provided they get the evaluation of their team's needs right and weigh the price of the trade carefully. While rumors surrounding Garrett are dominating the headlines, another area of the team also requires attention: the offensive line. The departure of veteran Kevin Zeitler has left a hole that needs to be filled. Detroit's offensive line showed promise last season, but in order to compete with the best teams in the NFL, the team needs to ensure that this unit remains strong and well protected. In this regard, the Lions have two main options: pursue an experienced replacement, or invest in young talent that could develop over time. One name that has been floated is Trey Smith, the guard for the Kansas City Chiefs, who had a solid season, not allowing any sacks in 2024. However, his market value is high, and his contract could exceed $21 million annually, making his acquisition a significant investment. If the Lions prefer a more economical approach, Christian Mahogany, a promising rookie, could be an interesting solution. Additionally, the draft offers several talented offensive linemen, with prospects like Tyler Booker from Alabama appearing as potential additions. But the Lions' offensive line shouldn't just be about replacing Zeitler. If Detroit truly wants to become an elite team, they need to ensure depth and quality along the offensive line. A solid offensive line is essential for protecting Jared Goff, opening up running lanes, and giving the offense enough time to execute its plays successfully. Without this, any other efforts to improve the team could be in vain, as a lack of protection for the quarterback can undermine the entire offense's performance. Additionally, the team should consider other areas of improvement, such as the receiving core. While Amon-Ra St. Brown remains the centerpiece of Detroit's passing game, the team could benefit from adding a high-impact wide receiver to complement their existing options. The market offers several intriguing players who could add even more firepower to the offense. Another position that requires attention is running back. With the growing importance of the running game in the NFL, the Lions may look to invest in a dynamic running back to further balance their offense. Players like Tony Pollard and Josh Jacobs could be excellent choices to strengthen this area of the team. The decisions that the Lions front office makes in the coming weeks will have a significant impact on the team's future. If they are able to strengthen both the defense and the offensive line, Detroit could firmly establish itself as one of the top contenders in the NFL in 2025. If not, the team will need to continue building its roster gradually, with a focus on developing a strong, balanced team that can compete for a title in the years to come. For Lions fans, the question is it worth going all in on a player like Myles Garrett to try to win the Super Bowl now? Or should the team invest in protecting the quarterback and developing the roster for long-term success? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let us know what you think the team should do. And to stay up to date with all the latest news on the Detroit Lions, don't forget to subscribe to Lions News Fan Report, hit the notification bell, and keep following all the action as we move toward the top of the NFL.